Make coffee, make coffee, make coffee, make coffee, make cup of boiling coffee in the morning. I care for nothing else, the only thing for me is make cup of boiling coffee in the morning. This is a popular Jamaican folk song about a vital part of our culture and economy. Coffee grown on the Blue Mountain Range in Jamaica is one of the best quality in the world.
It is said that coffee, next to water, is the most consumed liquid on earth. How do we utilize this special strain, this special variety of coffee that Jamaica has, which is regarded as among the best, if not the best in the world? How do we bring more people to appreciate it, and how do we make Jamaica benefit more from the coffee that we have? Now, the normal way is for export, which we know is susceptible to fluctuations in the market, as we're experiencing now. But there's a greater value to it. There's all of these wonderful cultural essence that flow from coffee. A number of applications that we can make from coffee. We can have coffee flour, and coffee flour is the healthy flour without gluten.
The production of coffee from planting to export provides employment for thousands of Jamaicans. In 2017, the local coffee industry was estimated to be about $60 million. Since then, Jamaica's Blue Mountain coffee is craved by people all over the world. Why? The answer: its distinctive flavor, which is a result of the conditions under which it grows. Jamaican coffee is grown in the lush hills of the Blue Mountains in mineral-rich soil. Blue Mountain coffee also takes longer than other coffee to mature, which allows the rich flavor to develop. The history of Jamaica's coffee industry began in 1728 with 8 coffee seedlings from Haiti. They were carried to Jamaica by then-Governor Sir Nicholas Laws. He planted the seedlings in Temple Hall, St. Andrew. Coffee production is labor-intensive. It provides employment to many people through a variety of stages: planting, production, processing, and sale. The time between planting the seeds and reaping the berries takes at least 3 years. Ripe berries are picked by hand. Inside are the coffee beans.
This is a Blue Mountain coffee tree. When the berries are red, they're ready to harvest. When they're green, they're not ready to harvest. As you can see here, we have some lovely ripe berry. These are the trash. On this tree, you have more than one stage as coffee. You have young coffee just start to blossom up here. Here, you have flowering for the next crop. Here, you have green coffee. Here, you have ripe coffee. When it is red, it's ready to harvest. At this stage, you would never harvest that coffee, because that coffee cannot pulp. You harvest red, cherry ripe coffee, where it easily slips from the seed.
About 1.4 million pounds of green coffee beans from over 6,000 farmers are processed here at the Mavis Bank Coffee Factory. Let's take a look at what it takes to make you and I enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning. To understand the process, I journeyed to the Mavis Bank Coffee Factory.
Mavis Bank Coffee Factory purchases cherry coffee from 3 parishes: Portland, St. Thomas, and St. Andrew. When the cherry coffee gets here, it is offloaded into these boxes of 60 pounds of cherry coffee per box. It is then offloaded into this metallic bin that is always under water content. The heavy coffee sunk to the bottom and the light ones remain on top, which is extracted. The heavy cherry coffee is then offloaded into metallic bins for pulping. The pulping process is to remove the cherry pulps from the actual wet parchment. This is our pulping machine that is used to pulp our cherry coffee. And it is done in 2 processes. One step is to pulp the cherry coffee, and the other is to wash to remove mucilage or sugar from the wet parchment. And all this is done with the use of water by these pipes here. The wet parchment is then offloaded into concrete bins and then barbecue for water drying, while the pulp is transported to our waste management system by PVC pipes. Once the wet parchment remains on the barbecue until it's approximately 30 to 40% moisture content, it is then transported to mechanical dryers for final drying, where the wet parchment is dried at a range of 10 to 12.5% moisture content, where it is offloaded into sacks of 100 pounds per unit, then it's transported to a warehouse for aging or resting.
Cupping coffee is an art. Norman Grant explains.
Thank you very much. I'm Norman Grant, the CEO and Managing Director of the Mavis Bank Coffee Factory, and I'm an international certified cup tester. I'd like to welcome you to Mavis Bank Coffee Factory. We were formed in the 1920s. The Mavis Bank Coffee Factory buys cherry coffee from over 3,500 coffee farmers that grows this coffee in regions specified by law as Blue Mountain regions. These are in the parishes of St. Thomas, St. Andrew, and Portland. We buy coffee from about 90 districts in the Blue Mountain region, and it is selected by our agent, and they will collect it in an area that we call our depot, and the truck will bring it in the form of cherry coffee. Once we get this cherry coffee, we pulp it at the factory, which is exposing the cherry, removing the cherry from the pulp, removing the pulp from the bean, and then we get wet parchment, which is dried on the barbecues. When it is water dried, which is containing about 12% moisture, it is called cured parchment, and it is rest in our warehouse for about 3 months. During this time, there's a redistribution of moisture that helps to develop the character of the beans. Then we bring it back into our process and hull this parchment to get the green coffee, which is then handpicked by ladies to get almost a perfect selection of beans, only containing 3% minor defects. These are called green beans, which are shipped in barrels, wooden barrels like this. 70% of our green bean coffee is exported to Japan, 20% to the USA, 10% to the Europe and the rest of the world. The coffee that we shipped in barrels are green beans, and it is called MBCF green beans, and this is our finished products, and this is what you're actually looking on here. At Mavis Bank, our product sale is divided into green coffee and roasted coffee. 70% of our sales is green, which is in barrels, wooden barrels, 70 kilo, 30 kilo, and 15 kilo. 30% is in roasted coffee. So at Mavis Bank, we will roast the green beans, and when we roast it, we call it Jablum, which is Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee. And we have gold and classic, and we also have instant coffee. So what you're seeing here is the entire process of coffee, which is cherry, wet parchment, dry parchment, green coffee, roasted coffee, and of course roasted and ground coffee. A critical part of our process is quality checking, which is called cup testing. Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee is regarded as the best coffee in the world. It's the highest priced coffee. The process to which we certify and confirms that the coffee has no aftertaste, which means it's perfect, balance in body, aroma, acidity, and very pleasant in taste with a beautiful aftertaste, is a process called cup testing. The process of cup testing is similar to wine tasting, where we take a sample of the coffee that is roasted, we grind the sample, and we place the sample in these 6 to 7 ounce cups, and we pour hot water on the sample. Then while we are pouring, we're smelling to see if there are any off flavors, and off flavors are production faults like over fermentation, musty, earthy, or moldy. The main thing that we are trying to ascertain is that the coffee is clean. Blue Mountain coffee has a beautiful floral taste, almost very sweet, very pleasant, and that we're now trying to see what is the concentration that is in the cups to confirms that this is a perfect cup. So what we're going to do now is to pour the hot water on, and then I'll go through and then I'll smell, and after I smell I will stir and then taste to confirm what I smell. And once there's no aftertaste, once there's no fault and the aftertaste is great, then we will certify that this coffee is ready to be either shipped in barrels or shipped as roasted and ground coffee, and the coffee board will do the same process to certify the coffee before we ship it. So during cupping, it's left for 4 minutes to settle because it helps to extract all the flavors and the body out of the coffee. Quality here at Mavis Bank is very important for us. We support our farmers by providing them with inputs to make sure that they supply quality cherry coffee to the Mavis Bank Coffee Factory. We also support our workers to ensure that they are in very good spirit as it relates to the provision of excellent labor to provide quality coffee. So Mavis Bank is a culture of quality. I'm very happy to let you know that Mavis Bank Coffee Factory was recently certified by SQF, which is Safe Quality Food, by the auditing firm Perry Johnson out of the United States. We are the first coffee company in Jamaica to be certified under version 8 of level 2 on the SQF, and for the entire operation from cherry coffee, which is the pulping, the drying, the hulling and the grading operation, to the roasted and ground operation. Mavis Bank is now owned by Mr. Leachin, which also owns Wallingford, and recently our operation was also certified to be able to supply certified estate Wallingford coffee to Starbucks, to the Starbucks company for roasting and marketing across the world, which is an estate reserve coffee. We are certified by the Bureau of Standard, by the US FDA. We were ASAP certified for 4 consecutive years. And I'm just noting these because we believe in a culture of quality. Because when our consumers taste our coffee, we want them to say undoubtedly what I'm experiencing is the best and the finest coffee in the world. At Mavis Bank, we are also very environmentally friendly. We have a USBA system which manages all our waste treatment from the operation. The pulp that comes off breaks down over 6 months period to provide nitrogen back to the plant. We have a system where the mucilage and the waste effluents from the plants in terms of through pulping goes through a system that breaks down everything so that the effluents can be used for irrigation. And we're doing a project where the other of byproducts can also be used as energy. So we are very comprehensive operation that certainly builds on quality. So this is 4 minutes, and I will now be breaking the surface here and smelling. Lovely. Excellent. Beautiful aroma. Once we break the cup and smell for the level of the aroma, then we then take off the top here. Okay, excellent. So once I take off the top, I will then take a sample from each cup, slurp it in, get a fine spray to the back of my taste buds, and then I'll be able to evaluate the coffee thereafter. These are both excellent Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee. Very balanced acidity, very full-bodied, have a very wonderful aftertaste that lingers, and something that says you have just had the best coffee in the world, Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee, Jablum. These two coffees are excellent in terms of its assessment no off taste, very floral, very balanced acidity, very sweet in its nature, and it's ready to be sold to the world. And we say Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee to the world, the very best.
Coffee contains some amount of vitamins and minerals. Drinking it improves your mood and memory. Blue Mountain coffee is the main ingredient used in several skincare lines and a range of other products.
We can have coffee essence, coffee perfume, coffee candles, you know. Then physical substances like coffee mats and coffee ties. I actually bought a bamboo tie and bamboo pocket piece in Japan, which tells you it's the same principle, an application that we could have for coffee textile, as you will. So there is a whole range of applications.
A truly innovative and delicious new offering is coffee rice and peas.
This is a coffee rice and peas. It is gungo rice, gungo with brown rice, seasoned with scallion, onion and garlic and thyme, and with coffee. But the main ingredient is coffee, and that's the secret about the dish. Yeah, I can't tell you how we prepare the coffee for it to taste like normal rice and peas with coffee flavor. That is the secret about it, because I don't copyright as yet, but it's the first coffee rice and peas in Jamaica by Ras Jeremiah, aka Natural by Nature. So it's a one of a kind. Everything we do we have one of a kind, because we have coffee bami, coffee dumpling, all wheat dumpling, everything we can infuse with coffee. As you can see, coffee bami, coffee dumpling, coffee rice and peas. And we have coffee roots wine also. See, because we are living in a coffee belt, and we try to put coffee with everything that we are doing. So I mean, same like anyone will do anything else with what they are doing, we do it with coffee. Our brand is coffee. Blue Mountain Natural Coffee.
Most prefer it the traditional way, as a flavorful drink.
Now, I always heard my grandmother talk about coffee tea, and I thought that, well, my God, there's coffee, there's tea. But there is, in fact, coffee tea, and it's derived from the bark of the seed itself. And some countries in Eurasia actually use it. And the history of it is that it is used before the coffee farmers go to plant. They would drink coffee tea.
Me coffee, me coffee, me coffee, me coffee, me cup of boiling coffee in the morning. I care so nothing else, the only thing for me is me cup of boiling coffee in the morning.